And the last thing we learn about in adulthood before we're able to move on is hope. Learning about hope and having hope. How would you guys interpret what hope pertains to?
Positive
Optimistic.
Optimistic.
Yeah, being optimistic. And so almost like faith, but so optimistic faith, I guess, is being hopeful, as being believing, putting belief in that everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So optimistic faith is hope.
I had an elder teach me about hope. And she related it to having hope, but also to have hope, you have to have dreams. You have to have opportunity. You have to be able to see what's coming, to hope for it. And she said that it relates to dreams, and dreams are related to the butterfly. And the butterfly travels so far by itself, and it's just so little that any wind can come along and kind of wave it and break its dreams and kind of throw it off track. So the butterfly often travels on the back of other things and goes long distances. And with the support of everybody, that dream can go on. And so it's hope, but it's not just hope for a younger one or this one and hope for yourself, but it includes getting support from everyone, because that it's so hard to keep on track. And the elder that taught me that was Florence Glaju.
Neat. Neat. If I put that in terms of myself, it wouldn't be a butterfly, probably a moth. But in terms of the Tipi teaching, again, you've noticed that when we went through when we went through childhood, learning about the self, everything was all internal, building up that love, that respect, that obedience within. Adulthood, we're getting them to open up, and then sharing their experiences and sharing throughout adulthood the physical things, the emotional, the spiritual, sharing, but moving outward from the self. As we reach the end of adulthood and we start to enter that phase of becoming elders and making that shift with hope, it relates to not giving up on yourself. Because as an adult, adults like to disillusion themselves to the point where they say, no, I'm a confident adult, I went through life, I know I have a good handle on things. When deep down inside, we know that every day we go to bed and we have fears. To this day, I can't go to sleep without being worried about my children and my grandchildren, and wondering if I did enough to help them to live a good life. Wondering if everything's going to be okay with work. Wondering if my vehicle is going to survive for the next week. All of these things, but it's always starting to drain us. And then all of this, putting on this front and trying to teach other people and trying to look hopeful for our children, trying to project that we got a good handle on things, really damages the hope we have in ourselves and the hope for tomorrow, that tomorrow is going to be okay. So it's all about, before we can enter into that elder stage, later adulthood, it's all about renewing your hope in yourself and renewing the hope that tomorrow is going to be okay. Doesn't matter what kind of stress you're going through and it seems like the world's going to end, and especially since Trump got in, we think that the world it's putting hope that no, tomorrow is going to be okay. and it's having hope that the Oilers will win tonight. But it's all about, we're starting to move back. We've went through childhood. We're working on ourselves. We've entered into adulthood, where we start to share outward and share our teachings and our gifts. As we're reaching that end of adulthood, we need to remind our adult children it's time to start coming back in and starting to renew within, because you've just finished draining your entire well-being through adulthood. You've shared everything, you've worked hard, you've been giving and giving and giving throughout adulthood, and that's the time when you're starting to, okay, it's time to step back again, start to look at yourself again. Because in order to enter the next stage, which is becoming an elder, you're going to have to start to rebuild your energy again and rebuild yourself and make sure that you have that hope that tomorrow is going to be okay. And how do we teach adults that? Adults who spent a lifetime relying on themselves? How do we show them that there is hope for tomorrow? You ground them in today. Look, you've made it through today. You made it through yesterday. You made it through today. Why would you think tomorrow is going to be any different? Have hope in tomorrow that you're going to make it through tomorrow. You're going to make it through till 3 o'clock today, just fine. But just starting to slowly move back into our mikwap and starting to look back on ourselves